Welcome to the Big Ed Light Skin podcast. Glad to be part of this. Glad to have you all. My hat's kind of crooked here. Let me get started. Invite my guest here. So glad you joined the Big Ed Light Skin Comedian Podcast. Got some great guests for you tonight. We're going to talk about a lot of things. Just trying to get my guest in here. If not, I'm going to do it on the phone. Let me do it through the phone here. Okay. Like I said, glad to have y'all. Instead of inviting my guest in right now. So bear with me. Okay. Choosing. There's one. Okay, hold on. Sean at peer group .info. There it is, right here. My buddy here. Like I said, glad to be in here. Got one more to send. I heard to Rico Lovelace, trying to get him in here. Rico. Here we go. Let me get that for Huz. Let's see here. And there we go. We should be live. Let me get the guest in here now. Put me on. Glad y'all checking out the Big Ed Light Skin podcast. We get ready to get started. I'm trying to get my guest in here. Y'all just bear with me. It's a light skin problem. All right, just bear with me. I see it. I thank y'all for coming. I see you here. I see you, Rose. See you, Deborah. See you, Dwayne. Let me get this going here. The banner. Let me invite them again. Is anybody joining me? Lunch. All right, here we go. She got it. Okay. Sure. Get the peer group. Sure. At the peer group info. Copy. Yeah, we in here, so just waiting on my people to get here to join me. Yes, I know that. Yeah. Like I said, I got a great show for y'all tonight. Just waiting on my guests to join me. I don't know why they're having a tough time getting in here. I'm still inviting them to share a screen. What I need to do. Screen share you. I don't need that. Nah. Let's try to get some people in here. Yep. So just waiting on my guests here. I know y'all sitting here looking at me like, what is he doing? I'm waiting on my guests. Okay, let me send. I got to send another invite to somebody. I know. Let me do this too before I get started. Send it to. Invite. Let me see here. Copy the clipboard, email. Oh, I know why they getting it. Okay, I know why. It's Gmail. It's Gmail. Okay. Okay, who's Kenny's Gmail? Okay. Chisholm. Okay, Chisholm. SHOLM. Okay, go back, come back over here to Gmail. Straight away from. Street. Right, we're gonna be starting here soon. As soon as I get some guests. Soon as I get some guests. And they coming. She's got the okay. Tower. Cool. Let me get her straight here. See what she is here. This is what I'm Starstruck movie. Okay, let's do that. What's up? Somebody's in with me? Somebody finally made it in? It's Starstruck. Starstruckmovie.com. Yeah, I see you. What's going on? I see you in here now. My guest is getting here late because I'm having some issues. I see what you're saying. You in my backstage? Okay. I see you too, LaShawn. I'm gonna get you in here. I'm gonna add you to the screen here. What's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
What's up? What's up, Tara? Just stand fast. Good, good. Looking good back there. Looking good doing all the protesting. But just hold tight here. I'm trying to get some more people in here too. But
Okay.
then I'm gonna start it all up. I'm glad you got in here though, because I just sent you another email. Um,
Yeah.
she said she's in the
It works on
backstage
my
area.
phone.
Yeah, let me I got somebody that's in the backstage here. I'm trying to get in here. I'm gonna get you in, LaShawn. If I gotta send you another. Okay, let me see here. I got her. That's a double. Mm, there we go. Should be. Man, let me see here. Yeah, ain't let me do that. I'm trying to get her in. This is a double screen now. I want more than that's what I want. I'm trying to get you in there. So let me see. Okay, she's in the back. I'm in your backstage. Do I need to send you the invite again? I might need to send you the invite again, LaShawn. Let me send the invite to her again. Hold on, Tara. But you doing all right though, Tara? Everything all right with you?
I'm good.
That's
I'm
good,
good.
good.
Just watching you work. That's all.
Yeah, yeah, that's great then. That's great. Because
Oh, goodness gracious.
we're living in some crazy times right now. So it's a
Man,
matter.
listen.
Yeah, we're just trying to maintain through all the madness here. That's why I created this podcast so people can vent in COVID-19 and just give their opinion. Ain't gonna be no right or wrong. I just want people to vent because I know people are frustrated with a lot of things going on, especially our Black community. So, and that's the reason why I created this. So,
Yeah.
and
So,
that's
outlet.
yeah, yeah. Let them give them a little voice, little vent voice is what I call it. So, because people need a vent here. Everybody's
That's
going
right,
through something.
Papa. That's
Yeah.
right, Papa.
And that way, and not judge nobody, because we're so quick to judge people too, all the time, and instead of
Oh,
being
yeah.
adult and understanding everybody's opinion. So
I definitely judge people.
yeah, send
I
it to her
judge people.
again. Yeah, here come LaShawn. Hey, I just sent it to you again. Let me add her. Yeah, I found it. Okay, what's going on, LaShawn?
Hey,
I got
hello.
what's going on? Yeah, I got one, two more people coming in. I guess again. Let me sit here and text them and told them I sent them an invite. I don't know what they're doing. I'm glad you came in. LaShawn, this is Tara. Tara's LaShawn, but
Yeah,
we all going to introduce
yeah.
everybody before we start. So,
Yeah, right,
so
yeah.
yeah,
How
y'all
are
give me.
you?
Yeah, y'all
I'm good.
know. Good, good. Just cause I'm light skinned don't mean I ain't black. That's what I'm trying to tell people. So
Oh
they got to
no,
understand
oh no, don't do that to me. No. You got that watered down melanin. I done told you about it times.
So that's all more than anything. So
Still need
I mean,
that. You still need that SPF 50.
oh yeah, oh yeah. I wear 100 proof plus light skin proof. Is what I wear.
Right. So you
You
can
need to get
peel
around
in the
the
sun.
Right. Yes, I do. I have to. If not, shoot, I mess around, be walking around like Wesley Snipes.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. No, I ain't
You act
nothing
like
matter
that's a
where, but I
bad
want.
thing.
No, it ain't a bad thing. I just wish I was born like this. I was born like this. So yeah, you
Yeah, don't get beat up.
let me
What's
send this
wrong
to
with
him.
looking like Wesley Snipes?
Yeah, so
This ain't the climate now. This
I
ain't the
know
climate.
You
Like
better
they
close
call
your
me.
mouth. Close your mouth.
Y'all know
Right.
I'm silly. I'm waiting on Big Kenny here. I don't know what he's I'm just waiting one more guy here. I'm gonna send this to him again real quick. Let me send this to him. Y'all just hold tight. I see you, Mike Hill. Keep up the good. Okay, thanks. But you ain't gotta say my nickname, Mike Hill.
Oh
Keep
wow.
it for the neighborhood, Mike Hill. Keep it for the neighborhood. Let me send this to Big Kenny here real quick. Send him another invite, and then we'll be able to start here. Clipboard here. Yeah, his board. I don't know what he's doing, because if not, I'm gonna start without him. I'm gonna give him one more shot here, just one more, because these good people. All right, let me see. Okay, Chisholm, yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. There it is, right there. Should have popped up. I hate internet sometimes. It's a love-hate
I have it all
relationship.
the time.
I hate it. It's a love-hate relationship all day, every day. So
I'm in the hotel right now. They want you to pay for their look. I'm not paying you for no Wi-Fi.
right,
So I had to turn it off because it kept disconnecting me.
right,
So I had to stop and just use my little T-Mobile.
Mm-hmm.
Come through T-Mobile.
right. Yeah, 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 yeah. So, but yeah, y'all is I'm so glad. I'm so happy about this podcast because, like I was telling you, Tyra, I'm just happy that people can vent and voice their opinion. And well, I tell people too, it's good to voice your opinion, but just because you voice your opinion, don't make your opinion right. Even though the way people force it, they force it like it's right, but it don't mean it's always
Unless
right.
it's me.
Unless it's
you.
me. Okay. Unless it's you.
That's the only difference. Lots of people know that.
Right.
You know.
Right. Oh, no. Hold on a sec. I got to give me something to drink here. I got to drink a little water here. I should be drinking some wine since my birthday's tomorrow, but hold on.
Yeah.
All right.
He didn't tell me that I was going to be in here with our comedians, ma'am.
Yeah.
You all are professionals. You didn't say nothing about everybody. I said, no. You didn't say that,
sir. Right. We need a little comedy.
Oh, yeah. Oh man, I'm back. Well, I don't know what this Kenny's doing, but I'm gonna go ahead and start, and he'll join in. I done sent the invites. That's all I can do. This is what, like I said, this is the Big Light Skin podcast, and I got two great guests and one or two more on their way. I appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. Here to talk about a lot of things. I got a lot of issues I want to talk about. Going to talk about fatherhood. Going to talk about some of this racism and protesting. And as a matter of fact, the first question, I'm going to put the first question up here on the banner here so everybody know what it is. I'm going to write it in there. So, but there it is right there. So, but the main thing is, like I said, this is for the people. So I just want y'all comment and everything. So y'all give me a lot of feedback on things, on how you feel about the questions people give me. But before we start anything, I got to talk about the sponsors tonight for the Big Head Light Skin podcast. It's sponsored by Light Skin Products and Side Chick University. You guarantee to graduate.
Wow.
Nah. And also, one more. I know y'all wasn't gonna like that, but one more. It's sponsored by Fresh and Clean Barbershop on Preston Highway. You see how he got my big head together? You know he can get you together. So I'm getting ready to roll with this show now. I want you to tell the people a little bit about yourself. So I'm gonna let you go first, Tara. Tell them a little bit about yourself first and foremost, so they'll know who they're talking to and everything. That's where I do my show. So you go first, Tara.
All right. Okay. First of all, I want to apologize because I am in a hotel room and it's messy. Yeah, because it's messy and I look crazy right now.
Okay.
I'm trying to give, you know how you gotta find the best spot in the room to do your little live. People are talking about, dang, she got 2 beds. Why does she need a whole closet? Is her bed a closet? It's a closet right now. Y'all don't even want to see what's on that bed. But for this one, I just have a place to. It's terrible, so I want to apologize for that. But I am a stand-up comedian. I just celebrated my 10 years in comedy on the 10th of June.
That's great.
Yay me. I was gonna do a whole 10-year comedy anniversary, but COVID-19 said, "Kiss my butt."
That's right.
When I did that, and I was gonna double that show as a fundraiser because I am filming a movie later this month. That's my first movie ever.
That's great.
I wrote it. I'm directing it.
Great.
I'm not in it, but you know, this is my first one that I wrote and I'm directing. And it's a pretty good. I'm proud of it. I can't wait to see it come to life.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on my part too, but go ahead. I'm waiting on you to mail that part to me in the movie, but go ahead.
You just show up on the 21st. You just show up on the 21st and I'll tell you where.
All right, okay.
And we'll make sure we get the big light skin, big head light skin comedy.
Just have me walking past holding mail or something. Anything. Just give me a walking line. Holding something up.
You, bro. I promise I got you.
Oh God.
It'd be little or nothing. No problem at all.
I'm sorry I interrupted you. Finish. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I mean, the movie is about basically it's kind of like a gender role switch.
Okay.
I kind of have the female acting like a typical male, and the male acting like a typical female in the light that the woman is a man eater.
Okay.
She doesn't do feelings at all. The guy is like one of the most eligible bachelors in Louisville. A lot of women want him. Okay. He doesn't do casual sex. It has to mean something.
Okay.
So he meets her and he's like, that's my challenge right there. And doesn't let up. So Yeah.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
She don't like feelings at all.
All right. Okay.
And she don't want she don't want to deal with nobody on the strong tip because she doesn't want anybody that's ran through. And here she is out here just having fun.
Right.
but
That's what
she
makes
don't want nobody that's ran through. Ain't that what typical man be?
Yeah, it's us though.
Yeah.
Talk about they want a virgin, but they out here doing everything, you know.
Yeah,
exactly. And I definitely have her say that. I know I get around or whatever, but I don't want. I got trust issues. I don't want nobody that's ran through.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Plot.
Nice.
Well, okay, LaShawn, will you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, since Tyra?
All right. I'm LaShawn. I'm a business consultant, LaShawn Marshall. I'm a business consultant. I've worked with big head, light skin, even though we love his brown. But let
me get my governor name up. I still owe people cheese out here. Hold on now.
Sorry, my bad. I
still owe some people some cheese.
So yeah, I'm business consultant. Of course, I'm a fan of Streetway and all the entertainment that has come through there, and that's of course how I met you, sir. But just help small businesses and people make sure they have the right foundation, and I do that through the peer group network. So
right, and I appreciate both of y'all on this platform. And your platform is a little bit. You do a lot of major cities too, don't y'all? Certain cities and states and stuff like that too, don't you? Yeah. And that's great for the platform for small business owners. So people need to holler to get small business. Hit up at the peer group.
I got one. It's called Her Story Film Production. So we're gonna have to talk.
Y'all need to talk. Yes, y'all do. That's why I got this platform so people can communicate with each other. Now here we go. We're gonna go right into this. I need y'all my guests, so I need y'all serious opinion about this and have fun with it, because I always put a comment spin on it too. It's on the bottom right here on the ticker. What can we do as people to help Generation X get through all the racism as of today? And if you want to enlighten a little bit more, you can say just the racism here in Louisville. I know it's a nationwide thing. I get that. But what about just here in Louisville? You know what I'm saying? As far as all the racism, what can we do to help Generation X? What do you think, Tyra? I'm going to let you go first on this.
I don't think it's them. I think it's us.
Okay.
Us and the older ones. We the ones that got to get through it. They ain't having the issues that we are.
Well, in the future they might. In the future they might. In the future they might. When we might be.
Well, if we continue to be docile, if we continue to let it happen.
Right.
Here's my thing.
Okay.
My generation, my mama's generation, my granny's, every generation before mine, and maybe one or two after mine, let this stuff go on.
Right.
Yeah.
This new generation is saying absolutely not. We see what you did with Philando Castile. Now we see what you've done with George, and we protested Philando Castile, and we got no laws. We got nothing out of it. And so now they're at a point where we don't have anything.
No.
So why should you have anything?
Mm-hmm.
We can't even go to sleep and wake up and thank the Lord for another day without a police officer coming in and taking our lives.
Yeah.
So they are standing up and they are saying, if we can't have it, you can't either.
Right.
And I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
If they burn my house down, guess what? I've got insurance. I'll rebuild.
I heard that. But I have a better one.
If they've got to do what they've got to do, then they've got to do what they've got to do. Now, I also feel like some of these people are coming in town to protest and they are looting Black-owned businesses.
Yes.
I feel like as the Black community, we should come together and fund those businesses that get looted.
Yeah.
Because this has to happen. This is not something that we can sit down on. Like, we can't stop until we get complete justice, which includes, new laws, federal and state.
Yeah.
They are just starting to really talk about reparations, not just for slavery. I keep telling people it ain't just slavery we need it for. Jim Crow, all of the torture, all of the, everything that's happened to Black people since the Europeans got here.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's everything. Mass incarceration, everything. The war on drugs, all of that. We paid the brunt of that. And they kept slavery alive and well through mass incarceration, because the
Right.
13th Amendment is written to let you know that slavery is abolished unless you go to jail. That's why they make it to where it's more black and brown bodies, because that's who they want to enslave. And so they're
Right.
still getting their free labor. They actually have way more slaves now than they ever had in 1865 and before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the clause that was put
Yeah.
in there. A lot of people don't realize that, but you right on it with that, because it was almost like you're free, but no, you're not. It's a
Yeah.
And the torture started right then. They made it to where, okay, they let you go, right?
Mhm.
But then they created vagrancy laws. So
Right.
you had to be a person that had a home and had a job. So if you were out and about in the streets, and any white person, not a cop, any white person wanted to question why you were there, you had to prove that you worked for someone and that you had a place to stay, or you go to jail and you work for free because you broke the vagrancy law.
Yep. Yep.
We've never
Good point.
shake, so.
Yeah, that's good. That's a very good point, especially for Generation X. But I kind of agree with you on that, because this is a total different generation. They are doing things a little differently. So I respect it. What's your opinion? What's your thing on that, LaShawn?
I agree with everything that she has stated, even down to, we have to look at it as, it seems that Generation X is kind of really teaching us. Instead of us saying, what can we do to help them? They're actually teaching us. And I say that because many of the people before us and our ancestors, grandfathers, grandmothers, what have you, the fear was so much that it actually was that was our heritage. That's what they taught us. Okay, here's how you have to act. Here's how you have to do. I was joking with some people and I said, I know I got two personalities and I shouldn't have to have that in real life. I shouldn't have to have a corporate LaShawn and a regular. I shouldn't have to do that. It should just be me. But we were taught that we had to act a certain way. And I think in a way we kind of did ourselves, or maybe, and nothing against our ancestors. I'm not saying that, but they did what they had to do to survive, and they taught us ways to survive, even in corporate America. These are ways to survive. If you've ever been in corporate America, it is a same kind of setup. You might fall in a ditch that they set for you. You might have all the degrees, you might have everything you need, but you still fall into the ditch that they set for you. So with that being said, I think this generation is teaching us more than we ever could teach them regarding this matter, because they don't want to see the pictures that we've seen. They don't want to deal with what we've seen. And they don't want to learn to be a new person or two different people when they would just want to be them. And I think that they're teaching us a lot as well. And we have to back them, is what I believe. We have to back them. And if that means that we're doing things on a political level, we're putting our votes in, we're saying whatever, we might not be in the streets every day. Like some of these older bodies may not be able to handle, the stamina they have out there in the streets. But the point of it is, we need to back them. And I agree with you with the looting. There are people that are out here looting. If you see the video properly, it looks like there's some other associations that are doing some of these things as well. But I also believe that as we are protesting, we need to be protecting. So if we are saying this is our community, this is what we're doing, then we need to have our eyes peeled. I've already spoken to people who are down there daily, and I said part of it is, if somebody shows up in the middle of the night, just start joining the protest, and y'all didn't see them when y'all started out, then somebody needs to put the eyebrow up. Who is that? Maybe y'all should have, wristbands or glow sticks so we know who's with who. And so who is this other group coming in the middle of the night protesting? Because clearly that's when the mess starts with the looting. Okay,
yes, it does. I love hearing your voices. I know you. That's why I want y'all to talk, and because this is for the people, and they need to hear your voice on this, and that's why I want you to talk. Now, my next question is this: and as a matter of fact, I'm typing it in as we speak on the banner. I'm just going to say what it is. The no-knock rule for Breonna just passed, which is a beautiful thing. Let me just say that first and foremost, very beautiful thing. Now, the question is, the no-knock rule, will somebody else go through the same thing Breonna went through, even though they got the no-knock rule in? Because we know, and y'all know, and it's nothing against the police, but there's always the good boy system, and it still might be somebody that might try one or two things racist wise when they go do something. So that's why I'm asking, do you still think that even with the no-knock rule in effect, that somebody would still try it and maybe something bad would happen? That's my question. The no knock rule.
You asking me?
Anyway, I'm gonna ask you, Tyra. You first, Tyra. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Until they defund all these police departments, and pretty much, I made a list a couple of weeks ago of my little, my little wish list for police reform and criminal justice reform.
Okay.
And one of the things that I want to get away from is the immunity that police have.
Right.
They basically are immune to prosecution. They pretty much have licenses to kill. All they have to say is, I fear for my life. Okay, well, your job is scary to begin with. And if you're going to fear every 5 seconds of your job, I'm going to need you to turn in your badge, because we don't need no, can I cuss? No.
Yeah, you can cuss. Go ahead. Yeah, all great.
Okay,
Come on
you
now.
don't need
It's
any
your voice.
pussies with badges. That's what gets us in trouble, because here's what we got. We got a bunch of people.
Okay.
They basically, so say it's a white cop that's racist.
Okay.
Or he has some prejudices. He may not necessarily be racist, but he's got some prejudices and he believes a lot of stereotypes.
Okay.
But when that black guy that's really big approaches him, or he approaches that guy, he is afraid for his life. So that guy doesn't need to be a police officer.
Right.
You're afraid no matter what this guy does.
Yep.
You're afraid because you're afraid of black people. You was afraid when you left the house.
Right.
You didn't have to see. So I feel like one of the things that needs to be done as well is, with the racial bias training, they need to do lie detector tests to see if these people are allowing their prejudices to affect the job that they do. I also feel like they need to do something like, okay, your tickets and your arrests should match the demographics of your city. So if your city has a 20% black population, now give it a 10% margin of error.
Okay.
If your city is 20% black, your arrest and tickets should account. There should be no more than 30% for black people. And if you continue to fall out of lines with that, then it's grounds for dismissal. One of the most important things I think we need to do with police is make them get bonded or insured. Make them their own premiums. So when they have a police, when they have a situation where they have hurt someone, that's a claim on their insurance, not a claim on the city.
Right. Yeah.
So if they get too many, they get dropped. If you don't have insurance, you don't get a badge.
Right.
The insurance company may require them to get psychiatric evaluations.
Right.
But if we can require it for a security guard, we can require it for our police.
That's good.
Right. Yeah, go ahead, Sean. But somebody was saying that they do lie detectors. That's what Rose was saying.
But they don't.
Part of hiring procedure. But they go ahead.
They do it, but they not. Clearly, they are not disqualifying people for being racist. Right. So you can do the lie detector, but they're really checking to see, are you a criminal? They don't care if you're racist, because the first police officers in America were slave catchers.
Yes.
And the FOP was built on slave catching. So we have to look at the history of these institutions, and we have to pretty much undo them. Like America, I'm sorry, we get mad at racism, but we still have to look at the Constitution. It's full of racism. And it looks like a rough draft because they keep scratching this out and writing this in and scratching this out and writing it. We need a new one. We need a new one because the old one is broken.
It was already set that way from the beginning, like you're saying, because racism is weaved into the fabric of America, period. If we really look at everything, that everyone lived in a racist society from the beginning when all these things were written. And I was mentioning to somebody else, I love that concept of you bringing in the bonding, because other professionals and any other professional, we have to be bonded. I'm a notary and I had to be bonded for that. I mean, so if I sign something and it comes back to haunt us, then it goes on my insurance claim. So that's even down to that. So why wouldn't they have to take the responsibility? I really feel like if they knew that what they did immediately, they would get in trouble, just like anyone else. If we were at a regular job and you were caught for doing something wrong that they told you were supposed to do, you fired. There is no question what's going on. Maybe you can keep your job. No, yes, you got to go through the protocol, just like anybody else. But in the beginning, you're already let go. You're let go. Get rid of paid administrative leave too.
Because that'll give them motivation to keep their hands to themselves.
Yep. Y'all got some good. Y'all got some very great points. Yes, quit touching me. But no, y'all got some great points because it's a friend of mine said bonding and ensuring police is an awesome idea. So you know, it's a great thing. But hey, what's up, Big Kenny? Glad you're Kenny. Never been skinny.
I'm so late. Oh,
man, that's all right, man. I ain't mad at you, man. If you had to get your walking in, I understand. You had to get your walking, your exercise in.
I'm here though, y'all.
All right, hey, let me show some love. Yeah, hey, go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself and to the people out there, because everybody's listening to us what we're talking about. Go ahead and tell them who you are and everything.
Well, my name is Big Kenny, never been skinny, y'all. And you know, so yeah, local comedian. So no, go back that way.
Yeah, got that family back there.
Yeah.
It's all good. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. King. That's what it's about, being a king. Yep. But yeah, this is Big Kenny, never been skinny. Y'all. He's a very good friend of mine. He's a good comedian. And also, this is Tyra Cooley here, and this is LaShawn Monroe. LaShawn Monroe's with the Peer Group, and Tyra Cooley's a stand-up comedian / producer, movie, and all that. So I just want y'all to know.
Crush. I wouldn't recognize me because I'm chubby now, but I used to be old real.
You done picked up stuff. Kenny's weight.
I'm the kindergarten pencil now.
Right. Kenny done lost about 100, 200 pounds. You done picked up Kenny's lost weight. That's what
I found it.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Hey, I love it. They'll never call me a 12-year-old boy again. Okay.
Hey, Kenny.
No, they won't. Not with these curves.
I'm gonna let you get the last. Y'all crazy. I'm gonna let you get the last part of this question. The no knock law. We was talking about how they just implemented the no knock law, the Brown law, where you have beautiful thing, right? But here's what's the question. The question was, do you think it still will happen again, even with the no knock law in place? Do you still think it can happen? It will happen again?
Yes, I do think it is going to happen again, and things are going to get worse until things get better. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
I mean, just imagine we're protesting today.
Okay. And
Martin Luther King and Malcolm X did it umpteen years ago, and the same things are happening to us.
Right.
So, you know, even with the no knock, that's one step.
Right.
That's one step in the right direction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
We need lawyers. We need people in the Senate. We really we need to. We got a long way before we get to the peace that we're asking for. You know what I mean? But with that no knock, I think it was a beautiful step in the right direction.
Right.
And hopefully, with that said, less things of that nature would happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, here's my. That's okay. Now here's my next question. I'm gonna get away from this. From the protesting and the racism type questions, I'm gonna go into a little bit more domestic questions with you all, because I know all of us. Well, I know you married, Kenny, and I know you married too, Tara, and LaShawn. I'm gonna say you married too.
Happily,
happily married too. Okay, everybody's happily married. That's great. But this question, well, because I was writing the question.
There's no such thing as being merged.
Right. Well, here's the question is, I'm going to read it because I'm typing it in the banner right now. Why in a relationship, especially, I'm going to say in a marriage, why in a marriage / relationship do people love you when it's convenient for them? And I'm going to put it on this ticker here. That's a valid. I don't know who wants to go first on this. I don't hope don't nobody's husbands be looking at this and get mad at their answer. Yeah, why in a relationship or marriage do people love you when it's only convenient for them?
Wait,
who wants to go first?
About the people in the relationship or outside?
It could be a marriage. It could be the marriage. You could be your husband. Sometimes I think if you're married, even though in marriage, sometimes I feel like too, you know, even as much as you love your mate, it's times when they only love you when it's convenient for them. When I say convenient for them, it's like, I don't love him today because he done did this, and that. I hope you love me even through the madness, because that's who I am. You knew I was a asshole when you married me, so I'm gonna be an asshole in the marriage.
Heard him the same.
So I can hear him.
Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? So
it might be my phone.
Okay, but that's the question. Why when you're in a marriage or relationship, is it do people Do your mate or either people in general, just your mate, love you when it's convenient, only convenient for them? You know, because I know that happens in every marriage and relationship. I know it does.
I'm gonna let them go because you know I know the answer, right?
Okay, but I'm let me finish typing. Let me finish typing this question in. But go ahead and answer. Go ahead, LaShawn. I'm gonna let you answer because you married. I've been married the longest probably on this panel, so I got some experience. So go ahead.
Let me start over here. Okay. Yeah, no, I think other people tend to
Either
act
your mate.
different.
Okay.
I mean, the person you marry, you're hoping or your goal is that you're in it for the long haul. So those issues shouldn't be or happening within the relationship. But outside of the relationship, I think there's a lot of people that they sometime. That's what I wanted to say. Sometime.
Right.
So that could be what you're referring to. The sometime folks where they come around and say hey or whatever, but then when when you are married or what have you, maybe they don't, vice versa.
Right. Okay. Go ahead, Tyra. Go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay, I wish I could hear y'all better. I don't know why.
Okay, might be that hotel room you're in. You know,
God.
Motel
It might
6.
be,
This Motel 6.
Look, I ain't even gonna say it's fine. Look, let me get back. Okay, so here's what I think. I don't think people are sometimes I think they are who they are.
Okay.
I think sometimes we put our feelings off on other people and we expect that when we love somebody a certain way that they're gonna love us back the same way. And that's just not what it is. People will love you to the capacity that they want to love you or that you require them to love you. So if you constantly find yourself in a situation with someone where you always bending over backwards, but it seems like they don't even want to scratch your back for you,
right?
Then that's a situation where you have to examine your relationship with that person and what they are really there for.
Right.
People will reveal who they are when you really need them. And you can't say that their love turned on and off. It just wasn't there. It wasn't real love. Real love doesn't turn on and off. And
that's true.
If you don't require a person to give the same that you give, then that falls back on you. And you have to ask yourself, why do I keep dealing with this person that is shortchanging me on the love and on the support?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You got to be willing to demand what you give and be willing to walk away if you don't get it. So
it's hard. That's hard.
Too many times where you feel like a person that you bent over backwards for is just not that interested in being there for you. You have to be big enough to say, you know what, I'm worth better than this.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to give it to me, boo boo, I will find someone who does. Boo boo. You might not think I is, but I know I is. So that's what I don't feel like they go on and off and it's only when it's convenient. They just reveal who they are. It's up to you whether or not you see it or if you just try to make excuses for them.
Right. That's true. Well, go ahead, Kenny. Go ahead, Kenny.
Man, she took every word out of my mouth. The love was not there at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's crazy how like I don't expect it no more though. I don't even expect when I bend over back for somebody. Like my daddy always say, like if you let somebody borrow money, just know that you might not get it back. And you know what I'm saying? So and that's the same with love. That's the same with doing for others. I can't stop being me. I can't stop being who I am for someone else's, misbehavior or whatever. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, shortcoming. So it is what it is at the end of the day. But if you just
learn who to get that love to.
Right. Yeah, because
when I don't stop being a giving person. But when I know that a person is taking my giving for granted, it stops. I can do anything forever as long as I feel appreciated. And if I continue to do it and you've already made me feel unappreciated, that's no longer on you. That falls back on me. Like, why do you keep doing it?
Right.
Yeah. Why do you keep begging to be unappreciated, honey?
Yeah.
You can't, nobody can dog you without your permission. That's just the way I look at things.
Right. Yeah. Y'all, go ahead, LaShawn. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think even though you worded the question more so like in a relationship, marriage, I've likened it to relationships with other people, period. Specifically, I've had friends in which it seems like I'm carrying most of the weight of the relationship, meaning when you crying, I'm there. When you screaming, I'm there. But then when I come to you got one issue, then all of a sudden you want to jump back on you. Wow, well, wait a second. It's supposed to be 50-50. even in those type of relationships. I mean, we have relationships with siblings, relationships with friends, whatever. Any of these relationships, if they are pulling too much on us and we allow it, it is on us. It's really not even on the other person, like you're saying, because now they like they always say, they've shown us who they are. It's on you to figure out what you're gonna do about it. If you're gonna go ahead and roll with it, then okay. If you're not, then it's what it is.
Yeah. I agree with all y'all statements and y'all voice on this. But let me just put a little spin on it, a little light skin spin on it for 27 years of marriage. Now, but just the word love. Let me just say that's part of my name, love. Just the word love. These two words come with love. Being for married for 20, 25, 30 years, these two words come with it. It's called sacrifice and compromise. You can't sacrifice, you can't compromise in marriage. These are the reasons why a lot of people can't find their mate anyway, because they're not willing to sacrifice or compromise to see if this is the person for them. You can't just always assume, you know what I'm saying? So them are two big words that come with love, and then all the rest follows. So after being married 20-something years, you just start to understand your mate. If you don't understand your person, something's not so matter. If you're not there for them, something's the matter with that situation too. But a lot of times, like I said, the way the question is, as far as being when it's good for them, my thing is when you're working on a relationship, hopefully you do it. If the person only does it when it's good for them, and then you don't do it back like that, you're gonna feel like, well, why is she doing this when it's good for her? Then I'm gonna be like, you know what? Don't even worry about it, because if it's just good for her, she's happy, I'm cool. As long as I'm happy and she's happy, I'm good with it. Now we'll work on it together. I might say something to her, and if she don't agree with it, so be it, but we'll work on it. But all I'm saying is when two people are together, you have to compromise or sacrifice, and you have to talk about it. Because a lot of times people will have something in their mind in their marriage relationship and be like, well, why is he doing that? And won't come out with their opinion with it and voice with it. And that's when you have some people, some people don't. But I do. I can't hold back.
You hear me?
Some people do now in marriage. That's why it don't work out, because they don't voice their opinion. You know what I'm saying? But you have to voice it. That's why you have a mind. That's why you have a mind.
I'm not gonna be quiet with my husband.
And you're not supposed to.
I might have to be quiet with my boss, but I'm not gonna be quiet with my husband.
Right? Yeah, you ain't supposed to. Now I'm a spin into this question. It curvetails right off this question here, and I'm going to put that in. But this is a real good question here. Now I know all of us are married, but I just had to throw this out because I think it's a good question, because there are still people, especially with Generation X, that would take these people back. But just depending on how far the love is. Should a man take his girl back after she has sex with another man?
Whoa!
And I'm getting ready. I'm going to put that in here too. So,
wow! Wait, what was that?
The question is, should a man take his girl back after she has sex with another man? Don't be quiet on me, everybody. So, but I mean, it's a serious question, but it's just because like I said, now I'm gonna go back to love, compromise, and sacrifice. Y'all heard me what I said. It's a light skin thing.
Yeah,
a light skin thing only.
I ain't gotta. Here's what I don't have to compromise though.
Okay.
I don't have to compromise my worth to be with you.
Okay.
If I am giving you monogamy, I expect monogamy. I'm not compromising on that. If I can't get no extra dick, you can't get no extra coochie. That's just that. We play by the same damn rules. This is how you get yourself cut. Okay? This is how you get cut. Now, in my opinion, if she cheat on you, you better leave her ass where the fuck she's at. And this is why I say that. People don't cheat on people that they really want to be with. People don't cheat on people that complete them. People cheat out of convenience. Right. And if I can be in a relationship with you, and you know how you get in a relationship, you tell them about all the heartbreaks you'd have never had. Oh, when he did me like this, and you turn around and do the same shit, I'm not the one for you.
Right. Okay.
We are trying to, we're trying to fit a round peg into a square hole, and it ain't working. I got to let you go, because if you cheat on me again, then it falls on me, because I allowed you to stay after I knew you didn't have no fucking integrity.
Right.
And integrity is the one thing that is underrated in relationships.
Yeah.
If you can trust somebody all day long, but if they ain't got no damn integrity, it's all for naught.
Right. Right. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Integrity is everything. So once you show me that you can betray me in that way, you let me go get my lick back.
Okay.
You gonna let me get my lick back and we can talk. But what we not gonna do is you go, so I would say, no, brother, don't take her back. Because you're not the one for her. She wouldn't cheat on you if you was.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
True. All right, LaShawn, you go ahead. Let me hear what you got to say on this.
I think, and the question, of course, is phrased, and of course, it's coming from you, so it's phrased in this manner. Should a man take
well, you can flip the script on it. You can flip the script on it. Okay.
I think as a society, what we've seen is a lot of women tend to, oh girl, they even kind of coerce or even talk to the female like maybe it wasn't that bad or whatever. And I think men tend to act like, well, that's just the worst thing you could ever do to me. It seems like it's not fair in that regard. Women, they coming back begging and all this, but then if it happened to them, same person situation, they would say, oh no, I can't deal with it. So with that being said, as a female, you do have to realize, wait a second, if they were willing to do all that and move it, go out and be with somebody else on me, then, well, really, it's not the best relationship for me right now. It's just not going to work. But I think a lot of our society has kind of preached and shown many women who may not be as strong as Tara and myself on the line. Look, she's already in it.
That's right.
They may not be as strong, and it depends on what's going on or what have you. It almost kind of gives the man an out, like, well, he gave you some flowers, he apologized. But if that same man was cheated on, he would be out. Forget it. Yeah, it wouldn't.
He can't do it. His ego ain't gonna let it happen.
No, they ain't gonna let it happen. Go ahead, Kenny. Kenny. I know you got something to say, because I got something to say to her.
From a man's perspective, yeah, you got somebody behind you, love.
I know it. She was crying. My little daughters, my little junior big heads. Y'all go ahead. There she is. There.
For me, it depends on how long we've been together. If we didn't had years, like me and my wife, we've been married 7 years. It would be hard for me. So I would have to be in that situation to give you the best answer. But right now, like the lady said, I'll be out. Deuces. Right. Or I got to get my get back. If I'm staying, I'm getting my get back. Like, facts.
I got to get my get back.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing.
Talk to me.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Y'all go ahead.
No. I got a big mouth and I do it. I'm so sorry. But you just got to remember that you teach people how to treat you. And when somebody cheats on you, it's pretty much over, because if you take them back, you have showed them that there is nothing that they can do that will make you leave.
Right.
Yeah,
because they're going to do it again because you didn't go nowhere. And sometimes I just feel like when you cheat, that's pretty much the end of the relationship. It may not be the end of the friendship.
Right.
For me, you can't have any more coochie because you decided to go roll in the dirt. You can't come back over here in the gold and platinum. You're dirty. You're dirty. You're funky. So we can still be cool, because I'm a dope ass individual. I'd hate for you to lose a friend like me, but we can't have no more of this.
Right.
Because I can't trust you.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? So just remember that you teach people how to treat you. So once they cheat on you, they might get it right for the next one, but you ain't the one.
Right.
You taught them a lesson. There you go. You have taught them a lesson.
Now, that's true. Now, let me just say, if somebody does cheat on you, everybody has their thing. Well, okay, it's over. And I've seen it happen to some people still stick around and some don't. And that's a choice at the end of the day. We all know there's adults. Right. But let me just say this. If they had an agreement, they was gonna mess around. I told them a story, okay? But I'm sure they weren't in agreement. But let me just say this though: if when you first get together and you make that trust among each other that you're not gonna mess around, if one of you do, each one y'all should break up, then that's what you should follow by. Now, if that happens and one of them does it, and you still feel like, you know what, I might can fix this person. If I get to talk to them because I love them so much, it's worth the fixing. You'll do it. You know what I'm saying? So every situation is different, but it's all about how you feel physically, mentally, and spiritually. So it's all that, but that's between you and your mate. If you decide, you know what I'm saying, to stay with that person.
Strong. I wasn't this strong to begin with.
So you want to come
I had to realize some things. It's like it ain't me. It's like because when you have a dude that cheat on you. Okay. And then he leave you or you leave him and then he get with somebody and he be real with her and he don't cheat on her, be like,
Yeah.
It was never me to begin with.
Right,
But it's all
right.
You know, he was trying to find what was right. He just wasn't man enough to break up with me before, you know, he went searching.
Right.
And I just don't, I'm not gonna waste my time with somebody to show me who they were. If you
Yeah.
can cheat on me after everything I told you I've been through, you ain't shit.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
You can't have no
I
more.
have more respect for a guy who says, you know what, right now I think we need a break. The ones who do that break think we need a break, even though they know
Right.
they break means that I need to go ahead and do our other stuff. But at
Right.
least at this point, you give me an option to say, okay, you know what, if you need a
Cause
break
I'm
right
gonna go
now,
get me
I can
some
move on
too.
too.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna get me some
No,
too.
you can't go. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's double standard. You can't.
Right.
If we on a break, when we break, we break.
You're right. So nobody else. So if you're gonna do something, don't get mad if something has occurred. That's. But
Right.
I think I have
Exactly.
more respect for the guys who do that than somebody who just gonna go ahead and do the sneaking and cheat. I mean, if you're gonna do all that, just go ahead and let somebody know. I have more respect for you if you did it that way.
But would
Right.
you
Exactly. Let's open this thing up.
What would you?
We need to open up the relationship.
What
We
you
just
say?
need to open up the
Would
relationship.
you?
Don't cheat
Would
on
you
me, 'cause that's how
accept
you
a
get
man?
cut.
Okay. If your man is asking you that, like, hey, you know, not even a break. I just want to go out and have some fun. Can I get a pass?
Oh no, man.
Is that
Shut up.
That pass thing
reason?
come back
Can
to
I get a
emotion. I
pass?
don't want no pass. No, especially being
Can I get a
married.
pass?
Pass?
But you ain't
No,
want
I
no
don't
pass
think
though.
so.
You didn't want no pass. I'm asking for me.
Oh,
Right. And then
Look,
what's good
y'all-
for the
y'all
goose
say-
is good for the gander.
That's right. That's right.
see,
All right.
see?
Y'all something else. Y'all. Hey, I'm loving y'all
And
voice.
then I will
I'm
say
loving
this.
your voice
You
on this.
giving a
I am.
pass? Look.
Yeah, I am loving y'all voices because I've never met a side chick before. Let me just put that out there. But anyway,
I'm
all
gonna tell
right.
you like
I
this.
just like to say it because being married, I can only say the word. I can't be the word. Okay.
Right.
So with
It's
that
gonna
said,
be
that's
a
right.
point in time.
But here's the next question because Father's Day is next Sunday, and I got to put this out there more than anything. Here's my next questions. I got two questions on for fathers. What is the difference between a father and a dad? So I want to get your opinion on that because there's a difference. So what's the difference between a father and a dad?
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead. You go, Ken. Go jump in.
Being a father. Okay. Now I don't know. Like,
Show them muscles.
I know there's a difference, right?
Right.
But I know one of them. So I'm gonna just say, father is the one that probably birthed you.
Right.
Well, the dad is the one that took care of you, raised you, made you become who you are. If you're a little girl, he taught you how a man's supposed to love a woman. If it's, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
If it's a little boy, he showed you how to become a man. So I think the father is just a person that some women would call it sperm donors. I done heard that a couple times. That's just my sperm donor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? But I think that's the difference between those two. Like a father just, okay, you know,
It be the poets bitches talking about sperm donors though.
Right. Yeah.
The same when did no in vitro shit. Shut up.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, like, when that's all somebody's bringing to the table, and that can be vice versa. When a woman just bringing that to the table, you know, they try to be the best of it, you know, the best thing.
Yeah.
But that's my little difference right there.
Okay, LaShawn, what about you? What do you think? What's the difference between a father and a dad in your voice?
I would agree with that because legally speaking, they call you a father if you are the one who is the biological. I mean, come on, they call you that on the legal level. That's what it is. But you know, somebody that says my daddy, that's my dad or whatever. That's more of somebody who's taking an emotional journey with somebody who's taking time to rear that child and all that. So that for me is the same thing, and I really believe that people, just because we do have people who are fathers, that they may not truly be a dad, even if they are alive and maybe somewhat around. It takes somebody who's truly invested in that child to really be a dad. That's what I feel.
Right. Yep. That's true. All right, Tyler, what you got? Let me hear your voice on this.
That's it. That's what they said.
What they said.
Like my father, he gave me life and things, but my daddy, it was funny. I was talking to my new sister because my daddy, I meet a new sibling every other year or so.
Okay.
This one's 30. And we was talking and I was talking about my daddy. And she thought I was talking about that nigga that had made us, but I wasn't talking about him.
Okay.
I was talking about my other daddy.
Right.
And it just
Okay.
really, it was real confusing. So, yeah, that exactly what they said. Anybody can father a child, but you know, it takes a daddy to be there, and you know, nobody
Yeah.
says, "I want my father."
Right. That's true.
You don't hear
Yeah,
that,
that's
right?
true. Yeah.
Baby
Yeah.
want their daddy because that's who saves you.
Mhm.
That's
So.
right. But you know what? Y'all all hit a lot of good valid points, and I kind of the curb teller what y'all say. I'm kind of agree with y'all on a whole lot on that because being a father for 22 years is definitely something that I cherish through myself spiritually. My thing is this: I've always said this. If I have a father I have to look up to, which is God, why can't I be a father? That's always been my philosophy. So if I have a child, I have to be a father. He's always been a father to me. So I tell everybody's got a father and it's God. You just have to be willing to follow him. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you only father by blood don't make you a father. You know, if it's another guy step in and he's that's your father. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand that. Now, for the men who are not there, the being fathers who are, like you kind of said, drive-by dads, you know, that's a different story because maybe you're having issues with the mother or whatever the case may be. And this is going to kind of curb tail into my next question. Here's my next question, which is very important here for Father's Day, I think, especially for fathers in our community. On Father's Day, I'm not even going to put it on the banner. On the Father's Day, do you, regardless of the issues that you're having with your mate, especially if you're not married, if you're not, and you got a couple of kids together, regardless of the issues you got, if you dislike them, like them, or whatever the case is, do you still let them see the kids on Father's Day? Because there are parents out here that will not let these kids see their father because he's behind 1 week on child support, or because he said something crazy. I'm just telling you what's out there. You know, this is what's out there, and I think every child needs a father. Every child. So regardless of how you feel personally, because a lot of this going on, and a lot of it hurts our community too. A lot of it hurts our community too. So yeah. So do y'all? I mean, how y'all feel about that? I've heard that one. I've heard that one too. Before.
Yeah.
Right. I've heard that one too. I've heard that one too. Yeah, I've heard it. But it's just, dude. I mean, you have to put aside your own feelings for the right of the kids for them to see their father, because that's someday we will remember. Don't think they won't.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah,
you know,
a lot of these women they gonna have a whole lot to explain, a whole lot of explaining to do.
Right.
It's you know, I just wish they would just get rid of child support.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what. It's not that I don't want kids to be taken care of.
Okay.
I just feel like it's a crutch and it's a false sense of security. It's another way for them to incarcerate our Black men. It keeps you know STD rates up because people ain't protecting themselves. We would catch a whole lot more rapists, and we would have a whole lot less people, you know, getting married out of wedlock if we didn't have no child support.
Right.
They either need to abolish it or cap it. Nobody needs $40,000 a month child support.
I agree with the capping it for sure, especially especially if you have somebody who's doing just as much as the mother with the time that they put in. I know on a personal note that's one thing I truly feel like with child support. You come to an agreement of, hey, I'm gonna take care of this. If you can come to an agreement in that fashion, is a lot better than having the courts now come into play, because then they have other rules that go along with, you know, you behind one week or whatever it might be. They have other rules now that come into play with that. So
right.
Yeah, I just couldn't. I personally have been through child support for one child and not with the other one child. Even in doing so, it was a hot mess because the father was jumping from here and there to job, and just to avoid the child support. But in essence, he avoided a lot of dealing with the child as well. And of course, blamed it on the child support issues. I think the not having child support for my second child, not having child support with my ex-husband allows me to make sure, okay, we agree, you taking care of that, I'm taking care of this, or whatever the case may be. It's a little bit more of an understanding, but it's really co-parenting a lot better, as well as my son can see that, so I don't have to worry about.
I just feel like,
you know,
when you let the courts in, it breaks the family up off the top. A lot of these men that are considered deadbeats right now would not be deadbeats if they didn't think that if they came around that the police would be called for them to be arrested. It's crazy because, and then these girls are using the courts against these fathers, and it's freaking wrong. And it's like you can't tell them nothing you know, your child is gonna hate you when they get older, when they realize what you did. You
Right.
know, you're not the father. If you was the father, they wouldn't be calling for him every time you whoop them.
Right. Yeah, I see what you're
They
saying.
know that you're not. I'm the mother, and they know you're not. Unless you have a penis and a vagina, and you impregnated yourself, you was not the mother and the father.
That's true. Right. Yeah.
Let that baby see her daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
if she call me and tell me, I will fight you and call the daddy to come and get the baby. Because it's ridiculous.
What do you think?
Good daddies are underrated.
Yes, they are. Now, I 100% agree with you. Well, what'd you say, Kenny? What you got to say on this, Kenny, as far as letting them see their kids?
Well, because I love my children,
right?
I have them all the time because I'm married. So you know,
right. But for those who are single out there dealing with this, you know,
right. But it just seems like you gotta let the father see them if they want to see them. Sometimes, you know, I know a lot of times women tend to try to force it upon them. Nah, if that man don't want to have a relationship, because you never know what he's doing on the other side of that door. You know what I'm saying? But for those fathers that really want to be around and actually support their child financially and everything, you know, growing. Right. Please, ladies, if y'all looking at this, let the kids go with their fathers, man, because every boy and girl needs a mother and a father. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, they do. Yeah, you're right, they do. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, you know, I don't know the situation between people and, you know, with you know, the baby mamas and all that. I understand there's a whole lot going on nowadays. But let me just say this. I still say, and then I say this on Mother's Day too on my podcast. You know, mothers, you know, because there are mothers who are paying child support too out there. People got to realize that. Let me put that out there first and foremost. There are mothers out there putting in child support. So you gotta realize that it works on both sides. So let their mother see her kids, let their father see their kids, regardless of how you feel. You know what I'm saying? You have to put aside that, because that's you are going. Them kids will remember that and may hold it against you as you go on throughout your life. And you don't even know what's the matter with your child, and your child still got resentment from all these Father's Days. You ain't let them see their father. All these Mother's Day, you ain't let them see their mother. So you have to let them see their child. You really do. You have to.
And all the birthdays that you kept their money.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, exactly. All of them. All the time.
My mama, that was wrong that you used to do, taking our money for a birthday. We ain't never get no dollar, nothing.
You're crazy.
I'm not gonna carry that hurt. I'm gonna give it back to who it belongs to, okay?
Right. Oh my God.
I love this.
Yeah. I got one more question I'm gonna close out with, and it's back to kind of, like I said, what's going on here with the protesting and COVID, you know, and everything's wrapped around COVID-19 too. That's the one thing you gotta remember. It ain't gone nowhere. They want you to think it's gone somewhere, but it's still out there. Okay. With that said, but I'm gonna get back to this. Here's something that kind of enlightened me, and I don't want to put it on the boundary because it's too much. I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it and see if you get your opinion on it, because it's blatantly. Okay, a black man named Sam Benson in Atlanta withdrew $200,000 from an ATM in Atlanta. First thing I said was, "Damn, what are you doing drawing $200,000 from ATM?" But here's what happened: the manager alerted the police to look into it for him, and they tracked the black man down and put a gun to his head on the concrete. Well, come to find out, the guy named Sam Benson, aka Black Youngster, famous rapper, that's who it was. He was taking $200,000 because he always pays cash for his Mercedes Benz. Now I know it's wrong, and listen to the name, Sam Benson. But my thing is, they took him to the concrete and really treated him real bad. My thing is this, and that manager of the bank called the police, alerted them, because the ATM kind of alerted them on all that amount of money being drawn. Now I guess that's a procedure that you have to get alert because of that much money, but the way it was handled could be handled differently. So what is your thought on that?
He was able to take $200,000 out of the ATM.
Yes, I said the same thing. Yep, down in Atlanta. Yep, sure was.
Well, I mean,
taking them more than $500.
But
right,
I put $20.
My bank don't trust me for shit.
Right. but was that? I mean, seriously though, and that's crazy. But that was racial profiling when you think at one level or not, because he was. I mean, the $200,000. Yeah, I know it's gonna give alert, but I'm talking about what the police did when they got there. That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking about the 200,000.
You know,
You could be
That was
anybody.
a little bit of hatred
Listen,
right there coming out their souls, man.
listen,
Okay.
they got a call. Oh, I'm sorry, you was talking, Kenny.
Go ahead.
No, look like you go on and talk. I'm just saying it was just the hatred pouring out of their hearts. You know,
Yeah. They know this little nigga got $200,000. That's 3 years pay.
And that's
hatred runs deep.
They want a reason to confiscate it.
Right.
That is 3 years pay for them.
Right.
He was a black man with a lot of money. Let's look down upon. Let's get this guy.
Yeah.
You know, Atlanta called the police when a black man tried to cash a $1,000 check. They felt like it was too big. I'm like, damn, can we make any money? Like, is it okay that we make any money? Like, $1,000. I thought they was gonna say 10,000, 15. They was like a little over 1,000. Really?
Well, hey,
I heard the story on the. I heard the same story when they shared the story. Though was a. And the news, maybe it was a channel I was watching, but it was the young lady who shared it. She was a Caucasian woman, and she said Sam Benson said his real name, and then she said, "Well, I've never heard of him." And I like that means anything. Who cares if you've heard of him?
Who are you? Who appointed you the person in charge of knowing anybody black that should be considered famous? Who appointed you as that person? No one said that you're in charge of all of who can be famous as black people.
Right. You're right. Go ahead, Kenny. Go ahead.
You gotta understand in the early 1900s. I know if y'all don't, we had a thing called Black Wall Street in America.
Oklahoma, Rosewood, Florida.
Talk to them, and you gotta understand that place got bombed and tortured. People died because they were doing their own thing. They had schools, they had doctors' offices, grocery stores, everything thriving.
Buses,
all
theaters,
everything that you see today,
everything
was in this part of town, and it got bombed because of jealousy. Why is that black man tailor-made suit? Why is that black man in that new car? You know what I'm saying?
You gotta understand what the government did to them people. The government convinced the white man that he was superior to the blacks. He convinced them. And then when they took us out of slavery, they gave us nothing. They say, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. They didn't give us boots. But these people found a way anyway. And then the white folks is looking like, well, ain't this a son of a bitch? They said I was a superior race. I got the white DNA. Why does he get to have a fancy car?
Right, yep.
Who they think better than us? I hate when I hear that one. They think that they're better than us. I'm like, because I'm successful.
Right, but let me tell y'all a little quick story that happened to me. I ain't gonna say the job I work for, the employer, but let me just say this.
I'll tell you.
No, but for real, this is what happened. Some checks, check us out, Tara, and they even blamed the light-skinned gal in this. I'm like, damn, I thought y'all would maybe got somebody a little darker than me to think they done it, but no, short. I wasn't drinking enough lemonade with them. But long story short, now some checks came up missing, okay? And the checks came up missing, and so my boss came to me and said that loss prevention want to talk to me. Okay, now, so I go to talk to him. Some checks came up missing, okay? And when I go talk to them, they was thinking I had done it, okay? But I didn't do it. As they can see, I didn't do it. But long story short, guess where the checks came from? Guess what what state it had on them, where the checks came from? Utah, somewhere in Utah. And I said this, I looked them dead in the eye. I said, so you mean to tell me you think I would steal some checks and as a black man go try to cash a check from Utah? I said, you really think I'm that stupid? I said, no. Yeah, so they blamed me. Yeah, so I had Utah. Utah. Yeah, I know I'm light-skinned, but I ain't light skinned. I'm light-skinned, but I ain't
holding that company accountable, love.
Right.
You're not holding that company accountable. We need to counsel them on this land.
Utah used to have a ban on black people. They used to be black people was banned from Utah. They couldn't be there.
Right. So why would I steal checks from Utah and I got to cash them? Come on, y'all. But that was just my part of them. You know, they picked out me, my little thing of going through a little bit of racism. So it's like, you know, and everybody's seen it.
Right.
Yeah, but everybody.
You was probably trying to pass with the checks. You feel me?
Yeah, right.
Darker skin. It's really gonna be like, hold on, dude.
Right.
Hold on.
Right.
You
They
could
can't
be a
believe it.
cousin. You
But,
could be Bob's cousin.
I could be. But it just when I tell people, I don't care who you are in this world, but except with exceptions, like I said, a lot of white people have never been through racism like we have. You've either seen racism or been through it. And some have seen it and don't care. My thing is, one way or another, you've seen it. It's all about how you're gonna make adjustments as a person. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
that's what it boils down to at the end of the day. So with that said, I just want to let me just say this too. First and foremost, I think I'm ready to get my drink on. I want to drink some wine. My birthday's tomorrow. I'm about ready to be. I'm about ready to be 100 years old. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. I'm truly grateful. If I wake up, if I wake up in the morning, I'll be a nice 100-year-old light-skinned guy, and I'll be grateful for that. I said 100 years old. So,
the day over 90.
That's right. But that's what it's about. It's about being yourself, and I just want to hopefully, like I said, enjoy my birthday. I really appreciate all y'all coming on my podcast because y'all don't know this, but we was on Facebook Live and YouTube. So y'all get off either one of them. Share this. Matter of fact, I'm telling the people share. Let me tell you what a couple of the people saying here too now. I got some stuff they saying here right now. Let me see here. She said happy birthday. Then it's one girl said, I meant to talk to y'all about this. She was saying that my father raised me and taught me what I needed to be the person I am. I called him daddy when I was mad at him and wished he was someone else dead. So, but and that was back then. Yeah. But with that said, I just want to thank all y'all for coming out. And if there's anything y'all want to sign off with, also don't forget to cash out me. Big hair, light skin. I had a pit bull and a German shepherd cash out me last week. So y'all cash out.
Hello.
So, yeah. And make sure y'all give love to all my guests here. Thank you, LaShawn Monroe, the peer group. Check out hashtag the peer group.
It's Marshall.
Okay.
It's LaShawn Marshall, sir.
LaShawn Marshall. I'm sorry. I'm so used. I'm sorry. Forgive me, LaShawn Marshall.
It's okay.
LaShawn Marshall. I'm sorry. I know. Forgive me. Give it up for LaShawn Marshall of the peer group. And she's a beautiful person with a beautiful voice. That's why I had to have on her and support her what she's doing and everything. And give it up for my very good friend, the one and only Mr. Tara Cooley. Y'all give it up. And put your movie back out there again. What's your movie this week?
The movie is called Starstruck.
Okay.
If you want to check out the synopsis of the movie, it's starstruckmovie.com.
Mm-hmm.
My Cash App, I am fundraising for the film, is $T-Crush502. Okay. But there will be a lot of movies coming out of her story film production. So y'all just be on the lookout. Okay. I've already written 2 screenplays. I'm producing the first one. The second one, they actually want to get a big budget for it. So I may not be able to be the one to direct it. But I'll be on the team producing or whatever. But
like I told you, all you gotta do is hit me up, and I come through my little homeless sign in the movie. I'm all good. Okay.
Homeless sign.
I'm all good. As long as they see me, I don't care. I can be homeless as long as they see me. I'm in a movie. But anyway, yeah, go ahead, Kenny. Go ahead. You guys.
I ain't doing movies or nothing, but I do skits on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So you can check me out. Big Kenny Never Been Skinny on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I do comedy skits. Best believe it's more to come. Y'all already know my slogan: love yourself, love your family, love each other, y'all. That's all I got.
Yeah. I want to say thanks to all my comments too, the people. Everybody wishing me happy birthday. I appreciate all the happy birthdays. Scott, Rose, all y'all, Mary. I appreciate all the happy birthdays from y'all. I gotta get, you know what? I feel very blessed. I love y'all. Oh, I'm loving y'all. Y'all making this such a great podcast. Y'all voice has meant a whole lot to some people. People have been listening, and people just wanted to hear your voice and your opinion. That was great. Like I said, I want to sign off like this. This is where I like to always sign off. It ain't always what you do to make a difference. Sometimes it can be what you say in the right moment. So be yourself, and love God. Keep enjoying life. Keep tuning in to the Big Head Light Skin Podcast. Support Tara Cooley, support LaShawn Marshall, the peer group, and y'all support me, Big Head Light Skin, with the podcast and everything I'm doing. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming out, being part of my guests. I appreciate the people commenting. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Have a great Father's Day down the road, and just love each other. That's what it's about, loving each other, regardless of all the crazy racism. Really love each other.
Right.
All right. I love y'all. We're going to sign off on that note. Y'all take care. And I'll be talking to you, Tara, about my point. Now,
I'll be getting with you, Tara, as well.
You're right.
All right. Thank you.
Y'all enjoy your night. Thank y'all so much.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.